Today we're going to be talking about the power of pre-market preparation, okay? Listen, I know a lot of you, looking at you, you show up at like 9:29, you go to a Twitter, you go to a chat room, you pop open a scan, and you're like, hey, what's moving? I people ask me every day about that time. And you'll get lucky here and there. I mean, it'll work every now and then. You catch a runner and it goes, but it's just luck at the end of the day. I'm a big believer in pre-market preparation, getting ready for the day, identifying what your number one stocks are. I don't think anyone, and I know a lot of people in the day trading world, I've been doing this for 2 decades now, no long-term professional trader shows up a few minutes before the market open and then just buys whatever the big runner is. That's not a consistently repeatable strategy. It works every now and then, and sometimes they're great trades. Like especially if they drop a press release and there's float rotation. I mean, it's not that they're terrible, but they're just one-offs in my opinion. You're gonna get one of those every now and then, but it's alluring. It's alluring to new traders because they don't want to spend the time. They want to make the quick money, but I'm hoping all of you viewing this and everyone on our channel are looking at this as something for long-term success. And I'm gonna walk through my daily routine. Now, keep in mind, understand that you might be a completely different time zone. I'm in Eastern time zone. I love it because the stock market's in Eastern time zone. So if you're in West Coast time, or if you're in Hawaii, or you're in Asia, you can still do all these things, but focus on more of what I'm doing versus the time of day. So right off the bat, I start my trading day the night before. Okay, I think that if you read the research, anyone that's in peak performance, I don't care if it's business, athletics, trading, they're all going to say the same thing: sleep is invaluable. Now, I know it's not sexy, it's not cool, no one wants to talk about sleep, but I go to bed at 9 o'clock every night. Typically, I'm in bed before 9 o'clock. I try and be in sleep by 9 o'clock. Now, if you're young, I get it. I was 22 once, but do you want to be successful when you're 28, or do you want to still be working at Arby's or something? Okay, so do the hard work up front, and then you can have the fun later. I got an amazing life. I work a couple hours a day, I hunt and I fish. I do everything I want to do because all the work was backloaded. So go to bed at 9 o'clock. I mean, listen, it's summer as I'm recording. I got to close all the blinds. It's still broad daylight out till past 10 o'clock. But start the day before. Get a good 7-8 hours of rest. Now, why do I go to bed at 9? I get up at 4:45 Eastern every day, inspired by my boy Jocko Willink. But one of the biggest reasons I do that is my personal trainer comes to my house at 5:30. Why do I bring that up? I bring that up because do something physical to start your day. And this applies, listen, if you're older, maybe you got an injury. I'm not saying you got to do deadlifts and squats and a bunch of meathead stuff like I do, but go for a walk, get on the bike, do some yoga, do something physical to wake up your body and your mind. And again, back to the research, it is proven that doing something physical in the day will increase your energy levels through the day. It sounds counterintuitive. Google it, okay? Watch some YouTube videos on it. People think if I burn up this energy in the morning, I'm going to be tired all day. It is the exact opposite. And those of you that are doing it, you know it's true. Like if you skip a workout, all of a sudden you're tired all day. If you get your workout in, all of a sudden you have better sustained energy. And trading's hard. Day trading particularly. Like it takes extreme focus, a lot of mental calorie burn. You need those sustained energy levels because it's also been proven that if your energy is low, you're much more likely to break your discipline. Many of you know that. What do you do when you're really tired? You had a long day at work, man, it's just a long day. You always go to the junk food, even though you know you shouldn't. The reason you do that is because your discipline is low. So make good discipline decisions, get that physical work in early in the day, and get it out of the way. I mean, listen, I used to try and work out in the afternoons. I have a family, I have trading, I have all businesses. I got a lot going on. It never happens at the end of the day. Things come up. Get it done early. Then, obviously, get ready for the day, shower, do what you got to do. 7 a.m., this is where a lot of people, when I talk about getting up early, they think, oh, I got to start scanning and doing all this stuff at 4 in the morning. No, I actually tell people, don't even go near the market before 7 a.m. At 7 a.m., you've got plenty of time. Most of the real action doesn't start until about 8:30 Eastern, okay? So from 7 a.m., you can be looking at the multi-dayers from the day before, reviewing your trade, your watch list from the day before, which you should all be building, seeing which stocks, survived the day, setting up for multi-day moves, what stocks had late after hours news, what stocks had earnings the night before, and you've got time to look into that. Like, you've basically got an hour and a half to get ready for the day, and then start writing your trade plans, okay? If this multi-day runner, say it gapped from 50 cents to $1 and then $1.50, and now in pre-market it's still hanging around in the 125s, man, this could be a day 3 surge if it breaks out. Start setting your alerts, writing your trade plan so that you can be prepared, and you've got the time to do it. So that's that hour and a half from 7 to 8:30. Now 8:30 is where you look to really start making trades. Unless the stars really aligned, especially for newer traders, don't even trade before 8:30. The liquidity's lower, fake outs, there's just a lot of shenanigans there. And then also the significance of 8:30 is that's where most stocks really start pushing out the press releases. Like, you'll notice you'll get an occasional early AM news event, but most of them are kind of in that 8:30 to 9 a.m. window. That's when they're pumping them out. So you're there, you're strapped in, you're ready to go. Then as we move into the market open, then you're starting to actually execute on these trade ideas. As we move into market open, move into 9:45, which is the best time for newbies. Definitely check out some of the other videos on the 9:45 rule. It's very simple, but people way overcomplicate it. The 9:45 rule, very powerful for new traders to avoid those midday fake outs. So now then, as we move into post 9:45, you're looking for those, what we call random runners, those stocks that are moving not on news. They typically don't start moving until after the market open. You're looking for VWAP holds on those to sustain into the afternoon, etc. Then middle of the day, and this is another thing that I really caution newer traders, just to avoid midday, and basically 11 to about 1:30. So many fake outs, so many slower movers. Just the edge really isn't there. Now, are there never trades in that window? No, there are, but they're very few. And to me, that's when you should focus on the things you have to do. Like, we all have to do things during the day. Doctor appointments, errands, maybe you're working, hopefully you're getting some work done at your day job. Don't get fired because of trading. But that, especially if you work remote, that middle of the day, get your work done. Get your errands done. Get done what you need to get done. Then as we head into 1:30 in the 2 p.m. window, 9:45 and 2 p.m. are our two favorite times of the day. You start looking for those VWAP holds, the afternoon breakouts, the gappers as we call them, the swing trades. Afternoons are for swings, gappers, and VWAP holds. So you start looking for those and you trade those into the market open, or into the market close, sorry. And then when the 4 p.m. bell rings, another thing that kind of frustrates me, a lot of newer traders screw around in after hours all the time, and they get absolutely wrecked. So avoid after hours. There's only 2 good uses of after hours, and one is exits, okay? I would beg you not to enter any stock in after hours. And when I say exits, that's if, let's say you traded a gapper, okay? A gapper setup, low price stock, great volume, has news, closing strong. And then that stock goes wild in after hours. Then you sell. You hit your profit target, so you exit. After hours is for exits. Then the other application of after hours is idea generation. Now, when I say that, a lot of these stocks will pump out press releases in after hours. Now, they almost all pop and drop. Those of you who've been trading for a while, the news hits, it spikes, and it gives it all back. But we want to know about those because a lot of the times going into the next day, we can get trades off on those if they sustain the move. So focus on after hours strictly for exits and idea generation. And then most of those press releases and moves, they end about 4:30. And listen, enjoy your day. Something maybe you've heard me say is, don't turn trading into a crappy 9-to-5 job. You don't have to work crazy hours. As the day ends, go golfing, go somewhere with your kids, enjoy your day, and then go to bed at 9 o'clock, and repeat the cycle all over again. And the more you do this, the more you refine your schedule, the more you lock it in, I am confident you will see more success over time. Now, I mentioned that 8:30 window. Keep in mind, you can click a link below, and every day at 8:30 Eastern, I go live with a small mentorship group where we analyze those press releases, we run scans, and we game plan for the day. So if you're interested, click the link below to the Daily Income Trader System, and you can join me every day, 8:30 Eastern.